On Global TV News Prime tonight, Tinubu warns terrorists, bandits to surrender or be killed. NEMA donates feed items relief aid to 16 states. In business, NBS reports a rise in costs of healthy diets. On the foreign scene, Iran resumes flights after a missile attack on Israel. And in sports, FIFA delays verdicts on Palestinian quest to suspend Israel. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I am Uyi Agmofwegbe. A quick reminder to all our viewers across the world that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nightcomsat. Tonight, let's begin by telling you President Ahmed Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed his administration's commitment in fighting Nigeria's insecurity. He stated this while delivering a keynote address during the inaugural international lecture organized by News Agency of Nigeria in Abuja. Global Television's correspondent Sadiq Michael has the report.
President Bola Tinubu, represented by his National Security Advisor Malam Ribadu, says the security has improved over the short stay of President Tinubu in office.
This is just the beginning. Sit down and wait and see what is going to happen. Nigeria will be, inshallah, protected. Nigeria will be fixed. Nigeria will be better. It's time for us to turn anything. And we are going to do it.
Mr. Ribadu compared insecurity at the past with an increased improvement under his watch, stressing that the present administration is determined to combat insecurity, bedeviling some parts of the country.
But I'm here to tell you that Mr. President, love his people. Mr. President cares for Nigerians. Mr. President will never allow pain and hurt Nigerians. He will not. He will work hard to serve you. You will not regret electing him as your president. I can assure you of that. Every single moment. Nothing more important to do than Nigeria and Nigerians.
Speaking as the lecture's chairman, Nigeria's former head of state, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, retired, enumerated factors fueling crisis in the Sahel region to include poverty, unemployment, climate change, among others. He advised that Nigeria's capacity in fighting the menace shouldn't be diminished.
These factors have certainly created a fertile ground for insecurity to thrive, with devastating impacts on our dear nation. We must not, however, lose faith in our capacity to ride above the storms of insecurity, since this challenge is the business of each and every Nigerian, and indeed all Africans.
In his address of welcome, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, insists that security is every Nigeria's business, while assuring that Tinubu's administration holds it a duty to create a safer nation.
The violence in the Sahel, therefore, is not an isolated issue, and no single country can tackle it alone. Therefore, Nigeria has stepped up its engagement with its neighbors and other regional and international partners. It's strengthening joint military operations such as the multinational Joint Task Force, and also supporting initiatives that aim to stabilize the Sahel region.
The inaugural lecture, which also had goodwill messages from security chiefs, governors, ministers, and foreign ambassadors, is part of the national effort to unravel public discourse on the deliberating challenges of terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, and militancy, among others, in the country. Edikan Michael for Global TV News.
Thank you, Edikan. A High Court of the Federal Capital Territory in Maitama has issued a public summons against immediate past Governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, to attend court and answer to a fresh 16 count pending against him. By this summons, Bello is expected to attend court on October 24 in response to the summons and for his arraignment, along with two other defendants. Justice Marian Aneni issued the order for public summons in a ruling following an application by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Justice Aneni ordered the EFCC to publish the public summons in a widely circulating newspaper. The National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has rejected the National Examination Council NECO's 50,000 naira fee for reprinting of certificates. It was earlier reported that the new policy was announced in a statement by NECO on September 30, 2024, by the registrar of the council in Minna, Niger State capital, Dantani Wushishi. The statement says the 50,000 naira fee for the certificate reprints is subject to a periodic review, and the reprint requests will only be approved within 1 year of the original certificate issuance. Ahead of the October 5 local government election in Benue State, Governor Hyacinth Alia has declared Friday, October 4, a work-free day. Alia declared in a statement by his chief press secretary, Tersu Kula, and made it available to newsmen in Makurdi, the state capital, that the work-free day is to allow the electorate travel to their respective local government areas to exercise their franchise. He emphasized the importance of active participation in the electoral process, encouraging all citizens to take advantage of this work-free day to exercise their civic duty. The Inter-Party Advisory Council, also called IPAC, has condemned alleged plans by some interest groups and politicians to truncate the upcoming River State local government election, urging that the nation's democracy should be jealously guided. Anthony Momodu now reports.
The council's chairman, Yusuf Dantale, stated that it was time Nigeria did away with the era of caretaker committees overseeing local government affairs.
The era of caretaker committee to administer the affairs of local government in Nigeria is over, with the recent Supreme Court landmark judgment which granted financial autonomy to them. It must be noted that it is the Supreme Court judgment that has now accelerated the conduct of local government elections across the country, which some misguided politicians want to abort for personal aggrandizement. This will not happen under our watch.
Dantale called on the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and all stakeholders to ensure that the local government polls are not sabotaged, charging electorates in River State to come out en masse to be part of the upcoming electoral exercise to ensure a free, fair, and credible elections.
IPAC also urges political parties to actively participate in the elections and enjoin eligible voters to turn out in mass and vote for candidates of their choices. IPAC also demands free, fair, credible, peaceful, inclusive elections. IPAC urges the judiciary to be guided by the Constitution, rule of law, national interest to avoid truncating the nation's democracy.
Social Democratic and Zenith Labour Party chairman Shehu Musa Gabam and Danny Wayanwu stated that disregard for the rule of law and abuse of power of incumbency have had adverse impact on the nation's electoral process.
As SDP, we have sued 6 states local government elections. The process were not followed. So I'm here to discuss issues of judicial recklessness in creating this provision, not to endorse any state governor that do not comply with the law.
Judiciary should help us save this democracy. They should help us. They should not be looking towards those with deep pockets. That is what we are seeing today.
The council sued for a multi-stakeholder collaboration to ensure successful local government polls across the country. Anthony Momodu reporting for Global TV News.
Thank you so very much, Anthony Momodu. Now let's turn to Imo State, where Governor Hope Uzodinma has charged those states Governor-elect Monday Okpebholo to ensure he fulfills these campaign promises to the people. Here's our reporter in Imo State, Amarachi Ibe's story.
This is the first time the Edo State Governor-elect Okpebholo Monday is visiting Imo State Government House after the All Progressive Congress APC won the election of September 21st, 2024 in Edo State. The aim of the visit is to thank Governor Hope Uzodinma for the brotherly role he played during the election, as well as invite him for his inauguration that will take place in November 12, 2024. In his response, the governor...
By the grace of God, 12th of November is his very own. We know that you will be there to perform the role of a father, which you are to the progressive governors.
In his response, the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, expressed gratitude for the visit and reminded him to fulfill his campaign promises to the people of Edo State.
To do those things you promised during the campaign, to give Edo State a new look, to bring prosperity to Edo and development, and to justify the confidence reposed on you by the leaders of our party in Edo State and members of our party in Edo State, and indeed the entire Edo indigenes.
Dignitaries present during the visit are Edo State Deputy Governor-elect Dennis Idahosa, Senator Adams Oshomole, and the All Progressive Congress Edo State Chairman. Hopefully, this visit of Edo State Governor-elect Mondo Okpebholo to Governor Hope Uzodinma will bring a closer ties to the people of Imo State and Edo State. From Government House Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
Thank you, Amarachi, for reporting for us tonight all the way from Owerri in Imo State. Let's turn to other stories for you tonight. Senator representing Borno South, Ali Ndume, has called on President Bola Tinubu to temporarily hire the services of those he called military contractors to wipe out the remnants of Boko Haram terrorists in Borno State. Ndume, who commended the gallant performance of the military and civilian joint task force, says they are ill-equipped to carry out the task of eliminating the remaining insurgents who, according to him, operate within. The British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Richard Montgomery, has celebrated the first African cadet to win the International Cadet Sword of Honor from the Royal Air Force College, Cranwell, United Kingdom, David Sangokoya. This was disclosed in a statement and pictures shared on X by the British High Commission in Nigeria. It was reported that in September, Sangokoya attended the modularized initial officers training course 22 as a cadet from March to September 2023, where he emerged as the best international cadet on the course. The House of Representatives has rejected the planned conferment of the Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, CFR, on Tajuddin Abbas, Speaker of the House of Representatives. During plenary, the House had said it is unacceptable for President Tinubu to confer the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, GCON, honor on Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Kudirat Kekere-Ekun, Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, while reserving CFR for Abbas. The House also passed the resolution following the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance sponsored by Philip Agbese, lawmaker from Benue State. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, has predicted thunderstorms from Thursday to Saturday across the country. NIMET's weather outlook released in Abuja envisaged thunderstorms over parts of Adamawa, Taraba, Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara, and Kaduna states during yesterday morning hours. The agency says thunderstorms are expected over parts of Bauchi, Adamawa, Kaduna, Katsina, Taraba, Yobe, Zamfara, Borno, and Kebbi states later in the day. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has handed over bags of rice and other humanitarian relief aid donated by Bank of Industry and the government of the United Arab Emirates to assist persons affected by flooding and other disasters in the country. Speaking at the handover ceremony in Abuja, Director General of the agency, Zubeida Umar, explained that 18,653 bags of rice were donated by the Bank of Industry and 50 tons of humanitarian relief aid were donated by the government of the United Arab Emirates to support the efforts of the federal and state governments of Nigeria in mitigating the impact of the ongoing flood and other disasters in the country. According to her, the bags of rice donated by BOI were shared with 6 states to assist internally displaced persons in IDP camps in the affected states. Justice Evelyn Maha of a Federal High Court in Abuja has issued an order restraining the Directorate of the Road Traffic Services, commonly known as the Vehicle Inspection Office, from stopping, impounding, or confiscating vehicles on the road. The court also barred the Road Traffic Services from imposing fines on motorists. The judgment, delivered on October 2 by Justice Maha, stemmed from a fundamental rights enforcement suit filed by human rights activist and public interest Anthony Abubakar Marshall. And still on judicial matters, the Federal High Court in Abuja has dismissed the application by Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Telecom Satellites Television Service, TSTV, Dr. Bright Echefu, seeking to stop the Inspector General of Police from investigating him on an alleged 2 billion naira fraud. Justice Inyang Eko dismissed the application for being frivolous and lacking in merit, as the police has the powers of investigation under Section 4 of the Police Act. The judge held that it was the rank of the TSTV CEO to seek court protection to shield himself from being probed over a petition against him on alleged stealing and misappropriation of the sum of 2 billion naira investment fund into TSTV. President Bola Tinubu has issued a stern warning to terrorists and bandits troubling Nigerians, urging them to surrender to government forces or face lethal consequences in battle. The president, who stated that his administration has had enough of the activities of bandits, terrorists, and other non-state actors, said he has put in place both kinetic and non-kinetic strategies to eliminate the criminal elements tormenting the country. Tinubu spoke in Abuja at the inaugural international lecture organized by the news agency of Nigeria. You're watching News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. When the news returns tonight, World Bank partners and Ministry on Maritime Sector Development will give you those details and bring you more stories after this short break. Do stay with us. This is Global Television, bringing you a live broadcast of News Prime with Uyi Agmofwegbe. We appreciate you for your time with us. Zamfara State Police Command has arrested 6 foreigners from Burkina Faso and Niger Republic in connection with illegal mining and banditry in the states. The State Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Dalijan, who were parading the suspects at the command headquarters in Gusau, the state capital, said 3 suspects who are from Burkina Faso were arrested along Anka local government area, where late bandit kingpin Halilu Sububu's mining site is located. Queen Agaba has details.
Police, Zamfara State, Mohammed Dalijan, noted that the suspects from Burkina Faso were arrested with some dangerous chemicals, including CNI chemicals, which they were using in extracting gold, while the 3 foreigners from Niger Republic were arrested with 3 locally fabricated AK-47 rifles and AK-47 ammunitions. The Commissioner of Police said 10 additional illegal miners from Talata, Mafara local government with many bags of mineral processing chemicals were also arrested.
For someone to leave Burkina Faso to come and enter our bush where our people cannot ordinarily enter, there is more to it. That's why I invited the federal mining officer so that we put the heads together and see what we can do about this ugly trend.
He expressed concerns over the rate of irregular migration of foreigners into the country with the aim of committing crimes, while re-emphasizing his command's effort to ensure the ban of mining by the federal and state governments is fully enforced. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
Still talking business, President Bola Tinubu has submitted 4 tax reform bills to the National Assembly for consideration. In a letter read during their respective plenary sessions by Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas, the President explained that the bills were crafted to align with his administration's goals. The proposed bills include the Nigeria Tax Bill 2024, which aims to establish a comprehensive fiscal framework for tax regulation. The federal government has announced that it will commence implementation of the $750 million World Bank-funded rural electricity project in November. The managing director of the Rural Electrification Agency, Abba Aliyu, disclosed this in Abuja. The federal government further says the project will provide over 17.5 million Nigerians with new or improved access to electricity through distributed renewable energy solutions. A former acting governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Fola Shonubi, has told Justice Marian Aneni of the Federal High Court in Maitama, Abuja, that intrigues and policies were involved in the Naira redesign exercise carried out in 2022. Shonubi, who served as Deputy Governor of Operations prior to his appointment as acting CBN governor and is now retired, appeared in court as a witness in the trial of ex-CBN governor Godwin Emefiele. He claimed that the redesigned Naira notes released by the CBN under Emefiele were different from what ex-President Muhammadu Buhari had approved. The World Bank Group has expressed its desire to collaborate with the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy to develop Nigeria's maritime sector. Announcing this in a statement, an aide to Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Ismail Omibdon, said the move was in line with the vision of the ministry. The national average cost of a healthy diet per adult a day stood at 1,225 in August 2024. That's according to the National Bureau of Statistics. The NBS reviewed this in its COHD report for August 2024, released in Abuja. The Bureau says that the COHD in August decreased by 0.8% compared to the 1,265 Naira recorded in July. Determined to arrest the spate of divestments in the nation's oil and gas sector, the federal government has announced a new fiscal regime with a wide range of tax exemptions in the industry. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, says the fiscal incentives were aimed at revitalizing Nigeria's oil and gas sector. The Value-Added Tax Modification Order 2024 introduces exemptions on a range of key energy products and infrastructure, including diesel, feed gas, liquefied petroleum gas, compressed natural gas, electric vehicles, liquefied natural gas infrastructure, and clean cooking gas. As we end the news here on Global Television tonight, a quick look at some of our top stories. President Bola Tinubu has warned terrorists and bandits to surrender or be eliminated. In business, the National Bureau of Statistics has reported a rise in the cost of healthy diets. And on the foreign scene, Iran has resumed flights following missile attack on Israel. And finally, in sports, we told you FIFA has delayed a verdict on Palestinian request to suspend Israel. And that's all we have for you tonight on News Prime, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, on Global Television. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365, Star Times 276, and free to air on Nightcomsat. You can follow us across all social media platforms using a Global TV NG, as well as other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Uyi Agmofwegwe. Thank you so very much for watching. You are with Global Television. Our lineup of broadcasts continues here.